#WeAreMovieClub.
Hi guys, it's Charlie and welcome to a We Are Movie Club review, and today I'm reviewing the 1994 film Pulp Fiction, starring a great cast of people here. We've got John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Uma Thurman, Bruce Willis, Tim Roth, the list goes on. It's an amazing group of people that are in this film, and it's just an amazing film in general, really. Bit of a long watch, it's 2.5 hours, but the way the story kind of flips from here to there and then just all comes together at the end, it feels fine. It doesn't feel like you're straining yourself to fight through it, much like I did with Avatar. If you've seen that review on my channel, you'll know that I'm not a fan of a long film. But in this, you have a sort of central storyline going, but it's coming from different angles in a non-linear format, so it's a bit difficult to try and talk about the plot. But basically, there's two characters trying to go after a case they're trying to retrieve it for their boss, but the boss at the same time is trying to pay off a boxer to throw a fight, but gets screwed over by said boxer, who tries to just bet the money and then run, but as he tries to escape, he ends up being captured with the boss and then put in a basement where a bit of deviance goes on. Then they escape, which leads them to somewhere else, and then the original two characters come back into the storyline after they've retrieved the case, end up shooting somebody in the head and having to get the car cleaned, which explains why at the start of the film when they meet the boxer they're in shorts and t-shirts, and yeah, it all goes like this. You know, it's a bit of a messy one to try and describe, but the way it's done in the film is absolutely excellent, and you don't feel as though there's confusion. In fact, if anything, as the film goes on, you're thinking, oh, that explains this bit, oh, right, that leads to this, etc., etc. So, no complaints as far as the film goes there. It's a really good film for characters. There's a lot of different ones sort of playing off against one another, and all of the actors do really well. It's not a film where you're thinking, I don't like their performance, because all of them were just so good, even down to the minor little characters, right up to the top ones. They're all just really good, really strong. You invest in them and you just want to see their development go a bit further. And yeah, I'm starting to babble a bit because I have no criticisms of this film. Normally my criticisms would be, oh, it's too long, doesn't matter here. Characters weren't that convincing. All of them were, right down to the nth degree. They're all brilliant characters. The plot, it does work well. I mean, if you could play it in a linear fashion, it might work out a bit better, but I think them intertwining so much actually just helps strengthen the film. You have one storyline play off against another, it briefly interacts and then they go off again, but it just helps cement this idea that they're all in the same universe rather than trying to play sort of parallel storylines, if that makes sense. It just, I don't know, reinforces how much of an in-depth film this is and how much it actually makes you think rather than just having it on as idle noise in the background. This is definitely not the film for that. You want to be watching this properly. This actually is the first time I've seen it, and I know that's the kind of story of my film watching life on this channel, but it is. I picked it for We Are Movie Club because I wanted to watch it for the first time and I wanted everyone else's reaction, so do let me know in the comments below what your reaction is. Next week, Camera is actually he's not picking Red vs. Blue for the first time in months. He's picked a film called Odd Thomas. Now, if that's new to you, it's a bit of a psychic I see dead people type film. It's not a very in-depth watch, but it's a decent film nonetheless, so be sure to check it out. All you've got to do is just watch the pick, film yourself talking about it, and upload it to YouTube with the hashtag WeAreMovieClub, and we can find you. So that's all I've really got for today. Watch Pulp Fiction, that's all I'm going to say. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.